guys, Prince of Macedon here. I'm going to do a commentary from the replay for Rome Total War. This is a 6-player free-for-all scored resolution. So with scored resolution, you don't need to be the last man standing, you just need to be the one who gets the most quality kills. So I will be using the Julii Romans for my army, and nearby the Macedonians were not too far away. His general's right there, but I used my insert or my scroll key to find out his army was actually over there. But this Macedonian army is commanded by a guy named Aether. I believe Aether is the host of this game. The Carthaginian army right over here is commanded by IOW Marcus Aurelius. Farther back, we got the Dacian army. That's the Dacian army of SuperKittens. Now, at the beginning, the Egyptian player, the Egyptian player was complaining about this army because it broke CWB rules, and it really did. A little too many cavalry units for SuperKittens, but whatever. We played on. Let's go look at the Scythian army here of Ogedei. I've actually noticed Ogedei appearing in a lot of my free-for-alls. Very interesting. Let's go look at the Egyptian army. This guy is hidden way back over here. Here are some of his chariot archer units. They're going to head towards my rear. But this is the army of Sith Lord Galvanized Iron. So I was definitely going to keep a close eye on him. I couldn't see the rest of his army, and neither can you. But I could speculate that they're over here in this area. I was too lazy to use my scroll key to hunt each patch of forest to find him. So my goal was to get on the scoreboard, and that was to go after the Macedonian army, knock it out, and then jump on the scoreboard, and then get some more kills on another army. So I'm heading this way towards the Macedonian commander, but when I discover where his army is, using my scroll key on my mouse, I change directions and start heading towards, like, around this area right here. Because I want to uproot his troops, take him out, get on the scoreboard. So I guess the cool thing about this replay is I can actually, I actually know what's happening. I already know what happens. And I can do some reasonable analysis on the battle. Anyhow, when my opponent realized I was coming right towards his army, he decided to shift his troops outward. See this? This is Aether. He's got some Cretan archers, some Royal Pikes, and some companion cavalry. And his general's still out here, but he's going to rejoin his army. I think initially he was using his general to lure me away from his army so that he can strike me from behind. But again, when he saw that my troops were heading towards his hidden army anyways, he decided to change his plans, come out in the open, and do his thing. Elsewhere, we got the Dacians and the Scythians going at it, as you can see. It would be helpful if you could see the banners, but they're too far for me. So you can't see the banners here. Pretty similar looking units that the Scythians and Dacians have in this battle. Except the Dacian army actually broke the CWB rules. And the Scythian player is rocking out a bunch of these, well, he does have headhunting maidens. So maybe I was wrong, they don't have similar armies, sorry. Yeah, Ogedei is rocking out Scythian noble archers, and some headhunting maidens. And some of these chosen archer warbands. I believe the Dacian player is doing the same thing with some of the archer units, but there's a big battle over here. Anyhow, I'm getting closer towards the Macedonians. In the meantime, Carthage is going to move his troops towards that battle area. During that time, Egypt was chilling over here somewhere. And at the same time, Egypt also sent its chariot archers towards my rear, as I said. See this? Now, while Egypt was complaining, Egypt was complaining about Dacia's army, and during that time, I shot a lot of his Egyptian chariot archers. See that? This unit is down to 6. That unit's down to 54. So he is right behind my army here. So I had to turn back with my archers and then deal with those chariot archers. I had to scare Egypt away. And once that happened, Egypt decided to move his attention towards the other side of the map, where Dacia, Scythia, and Carthage was. So I continued my march towards Macedon. So he does outrange me because he's using Cretan archers. Sorry, when I get excited, I start to talk really fast, and I love it. Supposedly, Alexander the Great talked really fast too sometimes. Talked really fast, had a high-pitched voice. Alright, so I'm going to use my urbans to scout the area because his royal pikes disappeared. So I'm going to push them forward here. So while that's going on, as I said, Carthage was moving towards the Scythian Dacian battle. But also in the vicinity, we have the Egyptians looking for points too. See this? Lots of chariots, and here are here's a slinger body, bowmen and slingers, and a few proper melee units, Pharaoh's guards. Not too many of them. It's basically a skirmish army, which Egypt excels at. So Carthage, this is Marcus Aurelius. He's going to move forward here, try to get some kills. Unfortunately, Egypt is going to come forward with his chariots. I believe he dispatches 2 or 3 chariot squadrons, and he does some pretty good damage to Carthage. Not as much damage as I'm going to take when I face the Macedonians, which I'm doing at this moment. So over here against the army of Macedon, I am now battling him, as you can see. Cavalry is bogged down on both wings over here. I didn't mind that, because I knew my urbans were going to slaughter these royal pikes. And in Rome Total War, you can actually engage these pikemen from the front with urban cohorts. Your urbans will actually prevail. So I am defeating the Macedonians, but I'm taking significant casualties. This unit of Praetorians is down to 39. Here's some more companions coming into the mix. Over here I beat back his companions with not too much losses. This unit's down to 41 from 54. So I am taking losses against Macedon, but I am beating him though, as you can see. Now I will smack these royal pikes from behind. This unit's getting an instant round, I believe. Yeah, they do. Now, remember, this is scored resolution, so the important thing here is to get points, get on the scoreboard, and then advance to the next enemy, get more points. So, let's go look back at what's happening over here. It's kind of important. So, Carthage did lose a few slingers and some round shields to these chariots here. Pretty much when these chariots are done... Yeah, there were 3 chariots. Alright, 3 or 4 chariots going at it with Carthage. The rest of the troops were hunting down Dacia and Scythia over here. See this?
The enemy general flees! Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken.
So finally, at that point, I killed the Macedonian
enemy general. Is killed. Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts.
So Carthage is going to try to regroup over here. So he took some damage, but again, as I have to say, I take more damage against the Macedonians.
And drive them from the battlefield.
Because I was taking on a whole army of Macedon, whereas the Carthaginian player was taking on a detachment of chariots from Egypt, whereas the rest of the Egyptian army was not there. So I'm already way ahead on the scoreboard right now. And for sure, different units count for different values when you're killing them for free-for-all score resolution. As I've demonstrated time and time again, yeah, sometimes I'll have lesser kills than my opponents, but because of the quality of my kills, I'll win. So that's what's going on over here. I'm using my Praetorians to hunt down these units, so I can get more kills and also give my units more experience. But look how many guys I lost. This Praetorian Cav unit's down to 24. This one's down to 25. That's about 50%. Actually, I do the math after this battle, and I can show you exactly how much I lost against the Macedonians and the Egyptian player who was harassing me initially too. This unit's down to 33. So my Praetorian Cav force is pretty much shot by 50%, and that's an actual number. I actually did the math on that. Because my numbers of Praetorian Cav are totaling at 82 Praetorian Cav. That's 82 out of 163, which equals 50%. So let me give you a rundown of my units after I took on the Egyptian chariot archers and also took on the Macedonians. So my Roman archers, let's see, I have a total of 341 archers down from 480, so that equals 71% of my archer force is still intact. My urbans, I have a total of 203 urbans, down from, 240... 246, I believe. I can't read my own handwriting. So that's my urban force is 83%, and as I said, my Praetorian Cav force is 50%. So we are going to look at the Carthaginian army here, because he's about to regroup after fighting off some of these detachments of Egyptian chariots. So after his scruffle with Egypt's chariots, you can see his numbers. So his Sacred Band force, he has 220 horsemen left of the Sacred Bands. Out of his round shield force, though, his round shields took a beating. His round shields are down to 14, down from 108. So his round shields at 13%, and his Sacred Band cavalry is at 68%. And let's go look at his slinger body. So regular slingers, he has 256 out of 480. So that equals 53% of his slinger force intact. Whereas his Balearic slingers, he only had 1, so 65 men down from 80, that's 81% of his Balearic slingers. That's what his strength is, 81%. And his Sacred Band hoplites, his Sacred Band spears, they are... what are they? Let's see, they total at 136 units. This unit plus the other one. He didn't bring many infantry, just these 2 units. So that's 136 Sacred Bands down from 162. So his infantry force is at 84%. So those are the actual numbers. And we're about to fight it out. And you're going to see that Marcus Aurelius is a really good opponent. And that's why I wanted to go down, read those numbers to you. Because when both players are pretty good, then I think the army compositions are pretty important too.
Gods be praised!
In which case, I think
the enemy general is dead.
My 50% Praetorian Cav force is going to be at a slight disadvantage against his 68% Sacred Band Cav force and his 13% Round Shield Cav force. But I definitely have the edge in terms of melee infantry. But again, at low money, it's really about cavalry and skirmishing that typically wins battles. I've won a lot of battles with my infantry, but in games like this, it's the cavalry and your skirmish force that tells the tale. And I will say that my skirmisher force also has the edge here, but he definitely rules the edge in terms of cavalry. So I'm gonna march towards him, and when he sees me coming out, he'll march towards this area and then stop and rest his troops while I come up there. And let's go look at the other guys. So Dacia and Scythia had that really big battle where they pretty much just killed each other. There's a few more Dacian units kind of roaming around, same with some Scythian units. See this here, the Scythian unit of Ogedei. And then over here we have some Dacian units of SuperKittens who are exhausted. Yet she's gonna try to get over here towards the Egyptian army of galvanized iron. But these skirmishers are going to make a meal out of those units. Now, I would say galvanized iron definitely has the best army out of all of us. But he hasn't really killed that many units. And in score resolution, you want to kill units. You don't want to be the last man standing. I mean, you can be the last man standing, but you want to go for kills, which is something he's not doing. Like at the beginning, he tried to go after the rear of my army with his chariot archers, but I frightened them off. And then he went for a side swipe on Carthage with more of his chariots. So I would say he got a lot of kills, but I don't think he was playing for kills. I think he might have been playing to be last man standing. Not sure.
The enemy army is in flight. Pursue them and
so
drive them from the
Marcus
battlefield.
Aurelius is going to deploy his army into a battle array. And he's gonna wait here for me to get over there, so he can rest his troops up. My guys are pretty exhausted, but I realize... well, these guys are warmed up now. But I realize by the time I get there, my guys should be rested up, too. Like, initially they were, very tired from chasing all those routing units down. And also after having that battle against Macedon's whole army. Then that would weaken their fatigue levels a bit. My infantry should be good, though, but the... archer force, I don't know what the deal with archers are. They get tired just from walking, it seems like. So, that's going on. Rome versus Carthage. Me versus Marcus Aurelius over there. And then over here, Egypt is cleaning up any stragglers from Scythia and Dacia. These guys truly are a blast from the from the past, but so Egypt will actually get a lot of kills in this game, but I just feel like his mindset was not in the right format for this fight. So I'm gonna start coming out here. Might as well do some close-ups since we have the replay to do it. Doom. So yeah, here's some of his cav. So his cav's looking pretty dangerous. These guys have a gold attack upgrades, but no other upgrades. But there's still a lot of them though. Look at that, 50, 53, 55. That one's untouched. This one's 54 untouched. This one got a little damage from the chariots, and these round shields took a serious beating against the chariots. But the Sacred Band cav element is pretty much intact. Same with his Sacred Band spear units as well on foot. So we're gonna start the skirmish phase, and again, I have the edge here in skirmishing.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee.
So my guys can start shooting. He only has one Balearic unit, which have pretty good range. The rest are regular slingers. My guys are all Roman archers, and I'm actually going to destroy his slinger force. And I'm going to analyze my my mistakes in this particular fight of this battle. One is, let me show you. I'm destroying his skirmishing force with my skirmishing force. I even saw myself doing that. Here he's sneaking one of his units across. He's trying to get over me, so I detach a unit of Praetorians to deal with it. But see, my weakness here is that I'm destroying his slinger force. Look at that. I should have just sat back and just shot him to death. But I was worried that Egypt was going to come in and start killing Carthage from behind, and I needed those kills for this scored resolution. So instead, I saw him moving his Sacred Band hoplites, so I went in for a charge with my urbans, trying to catch him out of phalanx, and also catch him in loose formation. He goes for a massed cav charge against my urbans. I thought my urbans would have held long enough for the rest of my troops to get over there and surround it, but my urbans broke. He did the mass charge in wedge formation, which caused my guys to break a lot faster than they should have. So while it's going on, yeah, my archers are just shooting away. I'm keeping a close eye on his round shields. And I've got this reserve unit right here. So I lost my Praetorian unit, my Praetorian cav unit right here. They got a little too far ahead of themselves. But at the same time, my archers are slinging away, or shooting away at these numerous bodies of Carthaginian cav. So I took my free element of Praetorian cav and did a hammer and anvil strike over on this side. Now I'm going to free up my Praetorian cav unit, because I know my foot archers can hold their own against this round shield that's back there roaming around. Here's another mistake. I left these guys back over here. Actually, that's the unit that routed. That's the unit that routed. Never mind.
General now lies dead because
so I lost my general.
His men will lose heart.
So his cav is actually playing a huge part in this fight. So at around this time, his round shields come out to play. So it's pretty chaotic at this point. I'm going to surround my Praetorians over here. And during this time, I do have my archers targeting his cav units, I believe. Well, they should be. And I'm trying to kill these Sacred Band spears who aren't dying as fast as they should be dying. Or as I hope they'd be dying. I got my archers scaring away these cav units. And he gets a pretty sweet charge. Once again, he's doing a massed wedge formation charge, which routes my urbans pretty quickly. And yeah, my Roman archers did hold their ground against the round shields to try to attack them from behind. But this is the mass cav charge this time. I'm gonna go right for my archers. And over here, he got really lucky. This unit came back from routing. I didn't see that happening until it was a little too late. So right now, it looks to be pretty... I seem to be in pretty good shape at this moment. But when these Sacred Brand Spears come in over here and surprise me, I'm like, oh crap. I kind of panicked and put my guys into skirmish mode. They should have just held their ground and fought longer. Units. Farm. So instead of holding their ground, my guys were trying to run away. That was a mistake on my behalf. So he's going to reform, charge this unit of Urbans. That should defeat my Urbans right there, yeah. And I can try to beat these Sacred Brands who came back from routing. But his cap comes in to the rescue. Now at this point, like, it's still pretty much anyone's battle at this point. But to see how low his cap force is now. So I think the my damage against Macedon is what screwed me over in this fight. Also my tactical mistakes too. Like I still could have won this battle even though I had a lesser cap force. I still could have won this battle had I made better decisions. So look at this unit. It's gonna hold their. I thought they were gonna hold their room, but that general just tore right through him. Look at that sweet move. And these units just kind of mass break over here. And he still had this unit of Slingers back over here. So I'm gonna keep shooting away at his dudes. Now here I had the right idea. I got my guys into melee formation, melee attack. So I will knock down some of these Sacred Bands. There's only, what, 7 of them, down to 6? So I should have been doing that in the first place. So yeah, do you see how close it was, though? That's why I think that, that's why I wanted to explain the percentage of the both armies before we fought. Because when it's that close, I think those numbers would have helped me if I had preserved my army better against Macedon.
Your army is running from the field. Rally your men.
So that will be the end of my participation in this fight. So now Egypt's going to come over here and try to claim some kills. But unfortunately, there aren't really any kills left. There's this unit of Balearic Slingers who are at 26. There's this unit of Sacred Brand Hoplites who are at 5. And there's the Carthaginian general himself, by himself. So Egypt arrived way too late to this party. He didn't really commit to any particular battle. So in effect, he got a lot of kills, but he didn't get as many kills as he could have. So I think Carthage is doing the smartest thing, and that's to keep chasing my units and just ignore Egypt. Because he wants to get even more kills, get more points. So Egypt is going to hunt down whatever units it can. I can fast forward at this point. It's really just Egypt chasing down routing units and killing some of these Carthaginians. So there they kill them. So now it's just a matter of chasing down whatever units left. And here's the Carthaginian general of Marcus Aurelius. By the way, during this battle, which I forgot to record, I was saying some really funny commentary about Gladiator. Like, I was saying stuff about what was it? I knew Marcus Aurelius. No, I met Marcus Aurelius or something. And I was like, you knew Marcus Aurelius? I didn't say I knew him, I said I met him.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now
that's from the movie
flee.
Gladiator, by the way. So we're going to fast forward this. So now it's just Egypt chasing down the routing units. And then we shall see the points here. And I really enjoyed this battle. I really did. Like, I thought my fight against Carthage was really good. The numbers weren't exactly equal, but I think I still could have won that. had I made the proper decisions. And yeah, he was a very good opponent though. I don't want to take anything away from him. Let's go and fast forward to some more. Oh, by the way, I want to take this time to say I watched the Deadpool movie, and I put the movie. I did a little, like a vlog, talk about my thoughts on the movie. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the movie without any spoilers, you can check out the vlog link. It's in the video description. Also, check out Mr. A's YouTube channel. He's a very friendly YouTuber who frequents my videos a lot. Very friendly dude. And he makes some very awesome videos himself. I think he prefers to do bigger money battles like 31K. So if you like that kind of thing, you can watch his videos. Or if you just want to watch some other excellent Rome Total War commentaries, watch his videos. I will put the link to his videos in the description as well. There's my general unit right there. But my general's already dead. Alright, so let's go look at the stats here. So, yeah, I was wrong about Galvanized Iron. He got a lot of kills, actually. But I think if he had the right mindset, he could have killed a lot more than that. But, yeah, because I went through 2 armies, well, I'll say 1.5 since I didn't really win my second engagement. That's why I got so many kills here. 1,408 kills. And that's why I took pretty significant damage before I faced the Carthaginian army. I think if I preserved my cavalry force better, and if I made proper decisions against him, I would have definitely won that fight. And you know, as I said, I still think I could have won that fight, even in my diminished cavalry state, if I made proper decisions. Because that fight did come down to the wire, and that's why I really liked this free for all, because you can do tactical analysis on it. But anyways, good game to everybody, but especially Marcus Aurelius. Very worthy foe. And I will see you guys all later. Oh, let's go look at this. Battle statistics. Nothing really stands out. Alright, bye. Happy Valentine's Day.